It's Sunday, 10th of November, and we're live streaming from Radhakund. And today is for the big Parikrama party a rest day. So we'll, with great happiness, continue our Damodarastakam in the 6th verse. That's what we're doing. So we'll have our kirtan and then we'll begin. Namamishwaram Satchit Anandarupam Lasakulam Evachamanam Yasoda Yoga Latarumanam Karam Visnam Atyam Namo Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya Nityananda Rai Jaya. Oh Nitai Hey, Nitai Hey, Nitai Hey. Gaura Hey, Gaura Hey, Gaura Hey. Jaya Radha, Damodarastakam. Jaya Radha, Govinda Radha. Jaya Radha, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. Jai Shri Shri Guru Garanga. Gandhavika Kiridhari. Radha Damodar Ju Ki Jai. Radha Govinda Ju Ki Jai. Nityananda Rai Ki Jai. Satyanandana Gaura Hari Ki Jai. Jai Nitya Leela Pravishta Om. Astolta Starshipi Mad. Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Nitya Leela Pravishta Om. Astolta Starshipi Mad. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Nitya Leela Pravishta Om. Astolta Starshipi Mad. Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Jagat Guru Nitya Leela Pravishta Om. Astolta Starshipi Mad. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Paramahamsa Mahabhagavat Srila Gauri Kishodas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Saptam Goswami Srila Sachidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Srila Baladevi Dibhushan Gaudi Vedantacharya Ki Jai. Jai Srila Vishnath Chakravarti Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Narottam Srinivas Shyamananda Prabhu Treya Ki Jai. Jai Srila Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami Ki Jai. Jai Shri Rup Sanatan Shivata Raghunath, Shri Jiva Gopal, Varadasa Raghunath Sad Goswami Prabhu's Ki Jai. Swarab Damodar Rai Ramananda Gauda Parasada Ki Jai. Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Sigahol Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Shri Gauda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Anta Dvip Mayapur Simanta Dvip Gautam Dvip Madhya Dvip Kola Dvip Ritu Dvip Jana Dvip Motan Dvip Rudra Dvip Atmakanava Dvip Dham Ki Jai. Baduravan, Bandiravan, Belvan, Lohavan, Mahavan, Madhuvan, Tuvan, Kamudvan, Bahulavan, Vrindavan, Kadiavan, Kamyavan, Brajamandal Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopika Govardhan Dvarasabharamika Shri Brajamandal Ki Jai. Radha Kund, Shama Kund, Ganga Jamuna Devi, Bhakti Devi, Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Shrimati Brinda Devi Maharani Ki Jai. Shrimati Yogamaya Purnamasi Devi Maharani Ki Jai. Gopishwa Mahadev Ki Jai. Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Sudarshan Chakra Ki Jai. Ketra Mandal Ki Jai. Sarva Vignavanasa Karishina Shingadev Bhagavan Ki Jai. Bhakta Pravar Shri Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Charidam Ki Jai. Chari Sampradaya Ki Jai. Chari Acharya Ki Jai. Akada Mataraj Shri Chaitanya Mat Ki Jai. Shri Keshav Ji Gaudiya Mat Ki Jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Anantakota Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Samagata Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Yo Premanandi Hari Bol. Om Aginat Mirandasya Gyananjala Shalakaya Chakshu Umilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Guruve Gaura Chandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tarabhaktaya Namo Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Shtapitam Jina Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Dadati Shvapatantikam Priya Sarupe, Daita Sarupe, Prema Sarupe, Sahajavi Rupe, Nijana Rupe, Prabhu Eka Rupe, Tatana Rupe, Swavilasa Rupe, Anapita Chirim Chirat, Kurunavaditi Nokala, Samarpaitam Unnata Ujvala Rasamspabhakti Shriyam, Hari Pudata Sundaradati Kadamba Sadipita, Sudahardare Kandare Spuratu Vasachinandanaha, Yam Pravajantamana Petyam Apeti Krityam, Vaipayano Viraha Kadara Ajuhava, Putre Titam Mayatayo Taravo Benidustam Saravabutim, Hridim Manim Anatoshmi, Bhaktya Vihina Aparada Lakshay, Shiptascha Karmadi Tarangamadye, Kripamaitvam Sharanam Prapana, Brinde Namaste Charanada Vindam, Pajami Radam Aravinda Netram, Smarami Radam Madhurashmitasyam, Vadami Radam Karuna Baradaram, Tatomanastikatyana Kapi, Tavaivasmi Najivami Tvaivina, Iti Vignaya Radhe Tvam Nayamam Charanantikam. I'm first of all offering millions and millions of Dandavat pranams unto the lotus feet of my beloved Gurudev, Nitya Leela Pravishna Om Asto Talasdara Shishimar Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And I'm offering the same again millions and millions of times unto the lotus feet of my beloved Nitya Leela Pravishna Om Asto Talasdara Shishimar Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and all our illustrious Rupanuga Guru Varga, and all the Vaishnava and Vaishnavi devotees of the Lord. My Dandavat pranams to all of you. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhuvevacha, Titanam Pavanbhyo, Vaishnavina Vanha. So coming to our verse 6 here, and appreciating how Satyavrat Muni is hungry for the conclusion of his bhajan. He wants to see that Balagopal directly. Not even just his face, not even just his body and his heart, but he wants to see him directly. And he considers that the greatest service that he can do to endear the Lord is to perform kirtan, Nam Sankirtan. So this whole verse 6 is all about Nam Kirtan and its glories, to fulfill all of our desires, even material desires as well as spiritual desires. Hare Krishna mantra will take us wherever we choose to have our focus of desires. It will fulfill. It's so powerful. Krishna loves the sound of his holy name. So yesterday we were discussing about how Shri in the mantra, Ram in this mantra is not Shri Ram but the son of Dasarath. Not the son of Dasarath. He who enjoys Raman with Sri Radha is known as Radha Raman. The name Ram in this mantra is an abbreviated form of the name Radha Raman. So this is the name of Ram, not Lord Balaram or Purushottam Ramchandra. Sri Krishna, but I commented yesterday how Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada has said if someone is chanting, a general person, and they're thinking that this is Balaram, it's not the end of the world, it's no problem. They can think it's Balaram. No need to get all, disturbed about it, these sorts of things, because they're in process, and the longer they're in process, gradually that will be purified more and more. We must develop this mood of patience and tolerance towards everybody. Everyone's coming from a distant place to this path. So we have to always think of the compassion that Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he was saying the other day how they were all so crazy. He just walked into that whole crazy mood, and how tolerant was he? So we also have to develop that tolerance and patience with everybody. So if someone is thinking it's Ram, okay, but we can enlighten them when they're ready to be enlightened. Krishna plays on his flute and attracts Akarshana, the minds of the gopis, to him. He is therefore called Krishna. The mantra embodies so many sweet moods. There is no transcendental emotion or pastime of Krishna that is not included within this Maha Mantra, but they will only dawn in one's heart by the mercy of Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas. Initially, by the mercy of these great personalities, one realizes the sweetness of the holy name. Oh, these holy names are sweeter than the sweetest. Nothing is sweeter. Madhuram, Madhuram. We sing this beautiful bhajan. Thereafter, the possessor of the name Nami personally awakens within one's heart and enables one to enter into his pastimes. What should the sadhak do if he is not achieving perfection in bhakti? We should always be very conscious of our development on this path. We should realize each day, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati said, when we lie down to take rest, we should tally up how we have moved forward today from yesterday. It shouldn't be static. If we've reached a place and it's very static, then that's a cause for alarm. We want to keep moving. It has to keep moving. If our practice is pure and our desires are sincere, then that will always happen. What should the sadhak do if he's not achieving perfection in bhakti? Regarding himself to be very fallen and destitute, he should piteously perform kirtan of the Mahamantra. Just chant. For this reason, it is said, Harinam, Harinam, Harinam eva kevalam, kalo nasteva, nasteva, nasteva gatir anyata. This is the Brihan Naradiya Purana, Adi 17:21. The name of Hari, the name of Hari, the name of Hari is the only way. In this age of Kali, there is no other way. There is no other way. There is absolutely no other way to achieve the ultimate destination. That's very profound, you know, because we do so many things. We do parikrama, we help with the book publications, we make prasadam, we offer takoji, we do deity seva. I mean, such a huge amounts of seva that we can do. But if that's all on the platform of our Harinam, then that seva will be very potent. If we're able to always be conscious of how much we're able to connect with Sri Nam each day. That's the backbone, the principle of our practice. And of course, our Guru Nishta will develop because Guru will give mercy by that chanting. And we've discussed this before. This Mahamantra is the infallible remedy for all the ill effects of Kali Yuga. What's that term? Kalir dosha. Kalir dosha. Kali Yuga is full of dosha, full of faults. Kali dosha nidhi rajan. Asti hyeko mahan guna. Kirtanad eva krishnasya mukta sangha param brajet. That even though it's an ocean of faults, there's this one good quality of the holy name. It's going to relieve us of all the ill effects of Kali Yuga. By chanting this mantra, all of one's desires are fulfilled without fail. What to speak of achieving something in this mundane realm? By this mantra, one cannot help but achieve the highest spiritual attainment. Such is the glory of Nam Sankirtan. When we chant our Anik, our Gayatri mantras, they don't cross over the Viraja river. It's not when you go to Vaikuntha or Dwarka or Mathura that they are all chanting their mantras. Those mantras are left behind. Those mantras are to connect us with Guru in this world. They are to inspire our sambandha with Sri Guru. But the Hare Krishna mantra, that goes right to the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna and bears the fruits of prem right there. So this is, the Hare Krishna mantra is more powerful than any other mantra. Sometimes we're chanting for so long, we tend to get sort of disrespectful in a sense, thinking that it's actually not going to achieve my desires, because we might become frustrated with that. So, but we should take shelter of the Shastra and what it's saying, that this is the only way. Kalo nasteva, nasteva gati. Why do they say it 3 times? Because they're so stupid. We're completely stupid in this age. We've got no brain. Kali Yuga brains, really. You know, we don't have much common sense, really. And the wonderful thing is that many realize that and have that humility, and then the mercy can shower down. But if we're thinking, oh yes, I have good brain, why is it saying, like that? Then the mercy slows. That's not going to be a position to capture the heart of Krishna. So therefore, for the most fallen of this age, Mahaprabhu gives the highest mercy. As already mentioned, when Sri Krishna disappeared at the time of the Ras dance, the gopis sang Gopi Geet with the desire to see him directly. When Sri Krishna heard their song, he could not check himself and finally appeared before them. So Satyabhama Muni is thinking like this: if I perform this Sankirtan now, then surely I too will see Balagopal directly. Now he's come to the place where he directly wants to see Balagopal. With this in mind, Sri Satyabhama Muni also prays to directly behold Sri Krishna through Nam Sankirtan. O Deva, you whose form is divine and astonishing, O Bhakta Vatsal, Damodar, you who are bound by the rope of your mother's love. O Ananta, you who have unlimited potencies. O Vishnu, you who pervade everything and reside as the witness in the hearts of all beings. O Prabhu, you who possess infinite, inconceivable potencies. O Isha, my master, you who are supremely independent. So when Krishna is performing his pastimes, sometimes his mother, she blesses him before he goes to the forest. Now, you be very careful. If you see any demons in the forest, you chant the name of Lord Narayan. And Krishna is smiling to himself. Don't you know I'm the Supreme Lord himself? He's thinking like that. But Mother Yashoda is saying this out of her maternal affection. But Krishna is absolutely... What could Krishna possibly be afraid of? He's afraid of Radhika's man. That's what he's afraid of. And he's afraid of transgressing what Mother Yashoda has instructed him to do also. He will contradict her and do something else, but he's afraid of the consequences. He always knows that he's going to get into trouble through Mother Yashoda. It is always advised that one should offer respects to one's worshipful Lord before beginning a prayer or before beginning any other activity. Therefore, Sri Satyabhama Muni first offers respects to his Ishtadev with the words Namo Deva. Deva means he whose form is divine. What is that divine form like?
Kasturi tilakam.
Louder.
Lala. Kasturi tilakam. Lalata palake. Vakshasthale kaustubam. Nasagre varamautikam. Karatale venum. Kare kankanam. Sarvange harichandanam. Sulalitam. Kante cha muktavali. Gopastri pariveshtito Vijayate Gopala Chudamani.
Sri Gopal Sahasranam Stotra 28. His forehead is decorated with musk tilak. The Kastuba jewel rests on his broad chest, and an exquisite pearl hangs from the tip of his nose. The flute gracefully rests in his lotus hands, and bracelets adorn his wrists. His entire form is anointed with chandan, and a necklace of pearls graces his attractive neck. All glories to the crest jewel of the Gopas, who is surrounded by all the young Brajagopis. This form of Sri Krishna, surrounded by the young ladies of Braj, is most beautiful and enchanting. Mother Yashoda has bound Deva, Sri Krishna. She wrapped a rope around his waist, brought it behind him, his back, and tied it to the grinding mortar. Deva can also mean he who is playing. In other words, in this pastime, Sri Krishna is playing in a form of a child. Sri Satyabhama Muni therefore says, I want to see the divine beauty of that Gopal who has appeared as a little child directly with my own eyes. It's a very ambitious desire, and he's very greedy to attain it. He's hungry to attain it. So this is the required ingredient in all of our practices, that hunger. If that hunger is not being generated one way or another, what's going to happen? We're just going to become complacent about our progress. And then no progress will really move ahead. It won't transpire. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains several meanings of Damodar in his commentary. One way to understand this name is in relation to Mother Yashoda. Sri Krishna wanted to relish Sri Yashoda's motherly affection. So he submitted to being bound by a rope of her love. He thus became known as Yashoda Damodar, he whose waist is bound by Sri Yashoda. Another way to understand this name is in relation to Sri Radha. When Sri Krishna eventually reappeared after leaving the Ras dance, he somehow pacified Radha's anger. One time this happened at Sevakunj, and another time at Mansarovar, just before they started the Ras dance again. Very hard to pacify Radhika's mind. When she's angry in high Man, Krishna, why does she go into Man? To please Krishna, to give Krishna seva. So Krishna can work on purifying her Man and bringing her to a comfortable place of relationship with Krishna, a compatible place, we can say, purifying this contrary nature. Krishna loves it because it's seva, it's service. Krishna loves service. He's hungry for service. So when Radhika goes into Man, Krishna is happy. But that service is really hard sometimes for him to break. Sometimes he even has to dress up as a singer, a woman, all kinds of different things. Sometimes it's Sahetu Man, which is without a cause. And then there is, what's the other one? Who? Hetu. With a cause. Sometimes there's with a cause. But Radharani doesn't need to have a cause to go into Man, because she knows that that is pleasing to Krishna. Chandravali can't go into Man because she knows at heart Krishna won't be really interested to come and break it. She could go into Man for a week and Krishna wouldn't even think about her. But if Radhika goes into Man for a day or an hour, Krishna becomes frantic to break that Man. So this is all part of the Leela that's been demonstrated to us of this divine love. Because it's this divine love that's going to give us the qualification to melt into that transcendental reality, to take part in that. Everyone loves to hear about love. Everyone, even in the material world, we like to hear about love. Love softens the heart. We all want that love. The love of the divine realm is a whole nother dynamic. And so many times the pastimes look very similar to the pastimes in this material world. There's that verse, Anugrahaya Bhaktanam Manusyam Deya Ashita Bhajate Tat Rishi Kritva Yashudva Tat Parobhavet. That Krishna, he enacts as a human being just to attract the conditioned souls to him. It's very attractive what he does. So if we're meditating on those pastimes, we'll become deeply attracted to him. Because what is the alternative to meditating on those pastimes? It's meditating on the Mayic worlds, which means, what am I going to get out of it? This is the reality of Maya. It's I-centered, me, mine. That's called samsara. Where do we get to? Another way to understand this name is in relation to Sri Radha. When Sri Krishna eventually reappeared after leaving the Rasa dance, he somehow pacified Sri Radha's anger. One time this happened at Sevakunj, and another time at Mansarovar, just before they started the Rasa dance. Sri Lalita and Vishaka tied Sri Krishna's yellow pitamba to Sri Radhika's veil binding them and making it impossible for him to escape. Another time, when Sri Krishna was on his way to meet with Sri Radha, Padma somehow brought him to Gauri Kund and united him with Chandrabali. Meanwhile, Sri Radha's main servants, headed by Sri Rupa Manjari, noted that Sri Radha had become increasingly anxious to meet with Sri Krishna. They began to search for him and finally found him in Gauri Kund. "O Agari, slayer of the giant snake demon," they exclaimed, "a demon has entered Braj and is destroying everything." The demon was actually Sri Radha's separation from Sri Krishna. How beautiful. As soon as Sri Krishna heard this, he spoke to Chandrabali, comforting her. "My dear one, I will return immediately after killing the demon. Just wait for me." There's no more copies of that Damodarastakam? You didn't bring them? Don't worry, don't worry. The demon is actually Sri Radha's separation from Sri Krishna. As soon as Sri Krishna heard this, he spoke to Chandrabali, comforting her. "My dear one, I will return immediately after killing the demon. Just wait for me." In this way, the Manjaris cleverly took Sri Krishna from Chandrabali's grove and united him with Sri Radha. There the Manjaris tied the ends of Radha and Krishna's cloth in a knot. This is the seva of the Manjaris. It's also the seva of the Sakhis too. They also perform these types of sevas. They're immersed in, we say that verse, the 6th verse of the Damodarastakam, Nikunja Yuno Rati Keli Sitai, that Guru is immersed in arranging for the meetings between Radha and Krishna. That's what his life is about, as a Manjari. Only this. On yet another occasion, Sri Radha's friends tied the ends of her and Sri Krishna's cloth in a knot. To this day, the place where that pastime occurred is called Gantoli. It is because of all these pastimes that Sri Krishna became known as Radha Damodar. So there are many pastimes when Radhika is binding him. So the name, the footnote of Gantoli in Hindi word, Ganta, means knot, yes. Generally, Vishnu means the all-pervading being. Thus it is understood that the sage is saying, there is no place where you are not situated and no heart in which you do not dwell. You are everywhere. However, in his commentary, Srila Sanatana Goswami Pad has revealed another meaning of Vishnu. Sri Krishna eventually performs his confidential pastimes in all the secluded caves and groves of Giriraj Govardhan. Although even the demigods are unable to see Sri Krishna's pastimes in those kunjas, Sri Satyabrat Muni addresses the Lord as Vishnu with the hope that he may see Sri Krishna directly. In your pastimes, you reside in every grove and cave throughout this Vrindavan. Therefore, you do not have to undergo any pain by traveling a long distance to appear before my eyes. Satyabrat Muni is not letting Krishna get away with anything. But he's saying that Vishnu is all-pervasive, so it's not going to be an effort for him to reveal himself to Satyabrat Muni. The name Vishnu is used in a similar way in the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 10:33-39. Vikriditam brajavadubi itam cha Vishnu. In this verse, Vishnu refers to that Krishna who, with the desire to relish the gopis' love for him, sounded his flute and lured all the gopis from their homes. By pervading their hearts, he entirely won their love. Similarly, in Sri Satyabrat Muni's prayer, Vishnu refers solely to Brajendra Nandan, Sri Krishna. So it's not Vishnu, Paramatma. It's not Vishnu, the maintainer of this world. It's Brajendra Nandan, Shyam Sundar. Sri Satyabrat Muni says, Dukkha Jalatabdi Magnam. Jalabdi Magnam. I am oppressed by the miseries of material existence. For an incalculable period of time, I have been trapped in this vicious cycle of birth and death, and consequently, I mistake this body to be my actual self. I am wretched and utterly foolish. I am drowning in the fathomless ocean of material existence, and I am unable to rescue myself. Furthermore, the sage says, I am suffering because I am not being supported by the mercy of saints, and I do not have any strength to perform sadhana. Helpless. We shouldn't be hopeless, but we should be helpless. In that mood, we are depending on Krishna's mercy. Never be hopeless, though. Ashabandha means great hope. We should always have that. In this regard, Sriman Mahaprabhu asks Sri Rai Ramananda, Dukkha madhye kona dukkha haya gurutara. Of all sorrows, which is the most severe? Sri Rai Ramananda replies, Krishna Bhakta Viraha Vina Dukkha Nahi Deha Para. Other than the pain of being separated from Sri Krishna's devotees, I see no actual sorrow. The sorrow of being separated from Sri Krishna's devotees is in fact the greatest agony. Therefore, from Sri Satyabrat Muni's words, Dukkha Jalabdi Magnam, I am drowning in an ocean of misery, we can understand that he prays to attain sadhu sangha, the company of saintly personalities. One can only attain Sri Bhagavan's mercy by the causeless compassion of the saints. Sri Nanda Maharaj tells Gagaracharya, go ahead.
Mahadvichalanam nrunam gruhinam dinachetasam nishreyasaya bhagavan kalpate nanyadha kvachit.
Srimad Bhagavatam 10:8-4. Such saintly personalities like you wander about visiting the homes of ordinary people and wretched and destitute householders like us. O exalted devotee, you never have any other reason to do this except to bestow the mercy upon us. Very beautiful verse. One should note that it is because Nanda Maharaj was acting like an ordinary human being that he addressed Gagaracharya in this way. In reality, there is a vast gulf of difference between Nanda Baba and Gagaracharya. This kind of behavior is exhibited by Sri Bhagavan's associates in the course of performing their human-like pastimes, in order to show everyone that Sri Bhagavan can only be achieved by the immense mercy of sadhus. I think we can turn that off. When even Sri Krishna's eternal associate, his mother, had to undergo so much endeavor to bind him, then on what grounds can the conditioned souls complain about the troubles they encounter in trying to achieve him? Mother Yashoda had to perform such strenuous efforts to bind Krishna. So we also have to perform that chesta, that endeavor, which will be reciprocal with the kripa of Krishna. You understand? There is no need to make a pompous display of devotion. We should simply act according to the method of sadhana taught to us by Guru and Vaishnavas, and in this way, bhajan following in the footsteps of our 6 Goswamis. Radha Kundate Kalindatanaya Tire Chavam Shivate Premon Madhavasha Ashesha Dashaya Grasto Pramoto Sada Gayanto Chakada Hare Gunaparam Bhava Vibhuto Mudha Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghu Yugo Shri Jiva Gopala. We were talking about Srinivasacharya yesterday, and I forgot to mention the glories of his composition of this Sad Goswami Astakam. but today we're hearing it. I worship Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatana Goswami, Srila Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, Srila Jiva Goswami, and Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Intoxicated with love and gripped by the countless ecstasies arising from separation, they always used to roam the banks of Radha Kund and the Jamuna, or the forest near Vamsivat. They remain overwhelmed with spiritual ecstasies, while incessantly enraptured by singing about Sri Hari's most excellent qualities. So this is association. We are seeking this association. They are teaching us, as my Gurudev just said, sadhana taught to us by the Guru and Vaishnavas is the way to perform bhajan, following in the footsteps of our Goswamis. So this Sad Goswami Astakam is such a jewel and gift to the world. How to act in bhajan. What is the nature of the Goswamis bhajan? How did they live? Sankhya Purvaka Namagana Natibi. They chanted a fixed number of rounds every day, etc. Krishna Kirtana Gana Natibi. They're chanting constantly the names of Krishna. The words Ashesha Dasaya in the above verse describe the 6 Goswamis as being gripped by the countless ecstasies arriving from separation. In other words, their bodies would erupt with horripilation, trembling, and other ecstasies. They would even reach the stage in which one verges on death due to the intense pain of separation and began to faint. How exalted is the bhajan of these great personalities. In comparison, where is our sudden bhajan? Not one single tear comes to our eyes, what to speak of us fainting. Therefore we must strive to perform bhajan in sadhu sangha, in such a way that we are constantly immersed in serving our worshipful Lord. So much is said here. So much is said in this commentary. Everything we need to know about bhajan. The Goswamis, acting as Raganuga sadhaks, were suffering because they could not see Sri Bhagavan and his associates. He Radhe Brajadevi ki chalalite, he Nanda Suno Kuta. The 6 Goswamis would cry out, O Radha, O goddess of Vrindavan, O Lalita Devi, O son of Nanda, where are you? Where are you? Far beyond the pain of separation, experienced in the stage of sadhana, is the indescribable pain of separation experienced by Sri Bhagavan's Ragatmika Jan. Those whose hearts are imbued with rag in the stage of prem. In Gopi Geet and Brahmara Geet, within the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Shukadev Goswami has illustrated such separation by indirect hints. In the same way, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, in his written book, has merely alluded to the condition of someone separated from Krishna. We experience this when we see the pastimes of Krishna directly in the Gambhira as Mahaprabhu. What extremity of separation did he manifest when he came into his tortoise form? And so much separation mood was there, this Vipralamba Bhav. And then when he fell in the ocean thinking it was the Jamuna, he was showing the devotees the height of this Asta-sattvika bhavs that he was experiencing in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even Bhav Bhakti is extraordinary, for even after performing millions and millions of arduous spiritual practices, one cannot achieve it. For example, Sri Uddhav went to Nandagaon, where he closely associated with Ragatmika Jan of all 5 rasas. However, he could only get the association of Srimati Radhika, the most exalted of all those associates, from a distance. However, he was able to achieve the company of her friends, who were her kaya vyuha, or bodily manifestations. He had so much good fortune. But did he ever succeed in becoming a single plant in Braj or a creeper, or even a piece of straw? In the end, he could only praise the gopis. Asammaho charanarenu jusamaham syam Vrindavana
Vrindavane
kimapi
kimapi
dulam atursindam
ulmalatoshadhinam
yadustyajam svajanam
ayapadam
ayaparanditra
jahitva
beju mukunda paravim srutibir vibilam. Srimad Bhagavatam 10:47. So given up everything for Sri Krishna. They have abandoned the path of chastity, their families and their children. Which are all extremely difficult to give up. Now they have taken shelter of Prema Bhakti for Sri Krishna. The personified scriptures, Shrutis, constantly search for the same Prem Bhakti, but really attain it. Let me just become a bush or a creeper or a blade of grass in Vrindavan, then I might attain the dust from the lotus feet of one of these gopis.
Vande Nanda Vrajastrinam Padarenum Abhikshanas
Yasham
Harikathokitam Punati Bhuvanatrayam.
I bow down to the dust of the feet of the gopis who reside in Nanda Baba's village. Oh, whatever these gopis have sung about Krishna's pastimes always has and always will purify the entire world. Very, very beautiful verse. I'm just reading today, but all of you can read carefully through these pages while you're taking your mala tomorrow, because they're loaded with the direction of pure bhajan. My Gurudev is giving such clear focus and direction. So to hear it again and again and again is going to be very beneficial for the devotees. Why is that we feel cheated in this rasa and cheated in these exalted moods, even after we have obtained sadhusanga? The reason is that we do not really want to taste what the saints long for us. Saints long for us to relish. Should be, isn't it? Word missing there. To relish. Otherwise, why would we not become full of anxiety when we are separated from them? Why do we not perform bhajan with great eagerness? Ask ourselves this question. Why are we not performing great bhajan? What's the reason? Each person will have his own understanding of this. Each person will have his own set of circumstances which are holding him back from diving into fully embracing the mood of Braj through his bhajan. So we should reflect carefully on this reason for why am I not going forward sufficiently. Maybe we are, but actually if someone is going forward, he never thinks he's going forward, because the quality of humility will actually be there. And if you think, it's like, there will be no hunger if you think, yes, I'm pretty good. Then where is your greed? There will be complacency. So always the sadhak is in a mood of, my Gurudev used to say himself, he would give a festival every single day of the year. 365 days of the year, he would be speaking in a festival. Maybe 10 devotees, even 5 devotees. But there would always be constant Harikatha coming from him. Yet he never felt he was pleasing his Guru sufficiently. There always felt like a shortfall of that. So we should always have that mood that I'm not doing enough. Because as soon as you start to think you are doing enough, oh, you're the doer, you're doing all this, then what will happen? You'll just go really, really slow. You won't go anywhere. Because this horrible quality of pride will overtake us. Always the guiding quality must be humility. It's the pillar on which the Krishna Seva Vasana moves forward. Why do we not perform bhajan with great eagerness? When Sri Krishna concluded his pastimes in this world, a desire to attain Brajabhav awoke within Sri Uddhav's heart. This desire came by the mercy of the Brijvasis, and especially by the mercy of Srimati Radhika. Because Uddhav desperately wanted to become a particle of dust at Sri Radhika's lotus feet, it is presumed that he is performing bhajan at Uddhav Kund, in Govardhan. Are you sure it's a rest day today? I looked at the calendar and I thought they're going to Nandagaon today.
Because yesterday they went to Nandagram.
We didn't talk about Nandagaon yesterday. Sunday the 10th.
I think today to Tarakadamba, Nandagaon area.
Yes, that's what I thought. They went to Nandagaon. It was a rest day perhaps yesterday.
Today is Harikatha and rest.
Huh?
For Madhu Maharaj's party, today is Harikatha and rest.
Okay.
Yesterday they went.
To Nandagaon.
Yesterday they had to Nandagaon, Tirthadam.
But we didn't speak about that at all. We didn't
You
mention
said
it.
in one line before the kirtan. Before the kirtan, you did said about it. There was a sticker over there, and you did speak about it. But not in detail. It was like
Okay.
where the party went.
Okay, so Nandagaon ki jai. Charakadamba ki jai. Uddhav Kyari ki jai. Ashishwa Mahadev ki jai. Where else? Rinda Kund ki jai. Lalita Kund ki jai.
Lalita Kund ki jai. Nand Khirat ki jai. Prem Sarovar ki jai.
Prem Sarovar ki jai. Sanket ki jai. So Uddhav wants to become a particle of dust at the lotus feet of Sri Radhika. Sri Tulsidas has said, you can pronounce this, you can say this.
Ah.
Abha Prachayata.
Chayate ho
Pachtai hot
Hot
Pachtai hot kya?
Jab chidi.
What is the use of lamenting now? It is because of your own carelessness that birds are eating your crops. In other words, by Sri Bhagavan's grace, you have taken a rare birth in the human species. If you waste it simply eating and sleeping like an animal, then you will have to remain wandering in the material world, taking birth in one of the 84 million species of life. Therefore, you should realize how trivial it is to simply exist like an animal, and you should stay determined to permanently be in sadhu sangha. Very strong words. But our situation is so sad that even though we have attained the great fortune of associating with saints, our hearts remain unaffected. This is because we do not have full faith in Sri Hari, Guru and Vaishnavas, and as a result, we remain deprived of the grace of Sri Guru and Sri Bhagavan. That faith only comes in time, when we have many realizations of the absolute reality. With confidence, Shraddha Shakti Vishvasa Hoy, Sudrita Nishchoy. This confidence will come when our faith is very strong. If our faith is strong, then our confidence in the eternal reality will be strong. There will still have to be great efforts. Sri Satyabrat Muni prays, Prasthita Prabhu, O you who possess all inconceivable potencies, O Master, please be kind to me, deliver me from my pitiable mundane existence, and grant me the association of your devotees. I have no hope but you. We must also pray like this. O Prabhu, cast your compassionate glance upon me. When we chant your names, no tears come to our eyes, and our bodies do not tremble. We are unable to perform sadhana. We are only sustaining our ambition of attaining Braja Prem, and especially Gopi Bhav, the prem which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give, on the hope that we will receive your merciful glance. It is only by the strength of that glance that we have any chance of attaining our goal. Even if we continue performing sadhana bhajan, as we are now doing, for millions and millions of lifetimes, it will be in vain. We will still be completely impossible for us to attain Braja Prem, especially Gopi Bhav, the topmost love of Braj. O Master, have mercy on us. We need that mercy. We need to cry for it. Srila Gaura Govinda Maharaj used to talk about the crying school. We are at that school where we're crying for this. If no tears are coming, if no eagerness, genuine enthusiasm is coming for this goal, it won't manifest. With great anguish, we should cry, let me attain just a drop of Gopi Bhav. How can such a drop be obtained? It is obtained by the mercy of sadhus who are absorbed in the mood of Braj. Thus, Sri Satyabrat Muni says, O Prabhu, kindly grant me the association of pure-hearted saints. In their association, all my cherished desires will be fulfilled. Sri Satyabrat Muni addresses Sri Bhagavan as Isha. You who are supremely independent, in order to petition him, you are the master and controller of all, so I need not seek the mercy of others to achieve your grace. O Lord, be kind to me. You do not depend on anyone for anything. If the sadhak is completely surrendered, then you do not even pay attention to the formalities of his sadhana. If we're completely sharanagat, Krishna won't be looking to see, is he chanting or is he doing this or anything? He will know that his heart has become soft and melted, and he will bestow his mercy. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the best example of how the Lord distributes his courseless mercy while completely ignoring all considerations of qualification. If someone merely saw him, even from a distance, prema would spontaneously manifest in their heart. Sriman Mahaprabhu did not consider anyone's qualifications or frailties. Without even considering the quality of anyone's spiritual practices, he distributed prema to everyone. This is Audarya, this mood of absolute munificence that Mahaprabhu is manifesting in this world. A brilliant example of this is found in Chaitanya Charitamrita. On the way to Vrindavan, Sriman Mahaprabhu journeyed through the Jarakanda forest. As he passed through the forest, he caused prema to awaken in the hearts of all the wild animals, birds, worms, insects, trees and plants and creepers. All the creepers of the jungle were instantly granted prema. Alas, will the world ever see anyone else as merciful? Therefore have mercy on me and grant me direct darshan of you. So perhaps we can just finish this. Sri Satyabrat Muni entreats Sri Bhagavan. It is not a momentary vision within my heart of little Gopal, crying out of fear of his mother as she binds him to the grinding mortar. O Master, I pray to see that form directly with my own eyes. In verse 4, Sri Sanatana Goswami quoted Sri Pipalayana Rishi's explanation of Antar Darshan, found within the Sri Brihat Bhagavatamrita. One first sees Sri Bhagavan within one's mind, and then with one's eyes. Brahmaji beheld Sri Krishna within his mind and received a benediction from him, which fructified as the ability to create the material universe. However, in reply to Pipalayana Rishi's reasoning, Sri Gopkumar said, "Your thoughts are excellent, but my desire is to see Sri Madan Gopal directly with my eyes." Prabhupada Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur states, first, Sri Bhagavan is seen within the soul, and then that vision reflects in the mind. The form of the deity is the externally manifest reflection of the moods that Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas experience at such times. Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas mercifully plant the tendency to perform service to Sri Krishna in a person's heart as a seed. That seed gradually matures through the stages of Shraddha, Nishta, Asakti, and so on, until it finally reaches its destination. But the seed can only develop like this if the sadhak carefully proceeds in sadhu sangha without interruption. Ahoitiki apatihata. No interruption. Even if Sri Bhagavan personally appears to a devotee who is in the advanced stage of prema, he will think that he is seeing his worshipful Lord within his heart due to being overwhelmed with bhav. For example, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left Sri Navadvip Dham, he would personally come to eat the foodstuffs his mother cooked for him. But she always considered her visions of him to be hallucinations. Similarly, after Sri Krishna left Vrindavan, he personally appeared before the gopis again and again, but they also dismissed these meetings as mere visions because they want to see him directly. They're not satisfied with that. Mother Sachi wanted to see her darling Nimai directly. She wasn't satisfied with just seeing a vision. A devotee who progresses through the stages of bhakti by performing Nam Sankirtan finally attains prem. Leaving this world behind, he enters the divine realm where he sees Sri Bhagavan directly. This darshan eradicates the slightest scent of any remaining anarthas and gives him entrance into Bhagavan's eternal pastimes in Sri Vrindavan Dham. So thus ends my Gurudev's commentary, Digdarshani Vritti, on the 6th verse. So there's a footnote by Srila Bhaktivedanta Keshav Maharaj. You can all look at this yourselves, and we'll begin verse 7 tomorrow. So this verse 6 is a very, very powerful impression of Nam Sankirtan. What is the result of our Nam Sankirtan? How far can we reach in our desires to be serving directly that Supreme Lord? Simply by chanting. It's so simple a process, really. Anyone can perform it. But to be focused and to hear carefully the divine mantra, Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Maharaj used to say that one should chant very carefully and be considering the quality of his Nam, rather than trying to gallop into just creating many rounds, but we should actually be very attentive to the quality that we're performing. So many teachings are in this particular chapter, and I've just read it through very quickly because all of a sudden I thought we've got 4 days left, and I want to complete this book during this Kartik, so I read a little quickly, but all of you should have got some familiarity with the text, so you can go over it again yourselves, so you know the content of this chapter. Very, very special, very deep. Damodarastakam Shri Jai. Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Gaur Premanandi. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Nitai Gaura Hari Gaura Hari Bo, Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Gaura Hari, Gaur Premanandi. Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha, Kripasan, Patitanam Papneyo Vaishnavay Namo.